That is already okay. So that there you are. Okay, you just disappeared. It's kind of okay. Class over. Let's go triple and two and the three and the four. Three baby wallabies. So nothing. I mean, no higher than that. And this is all about keeping your heels, little toes, and big toes in line. Two demi-pliés and three and the four. Two toddler wallabies. Reverse wall through. That wants to be a juvenile wallaby. A real wall through. And here I'm losing my counts. One and the two and the three and the four, five and the six and the seven and eight. One and the two and the three and the four, five and the six and the seven and eight. One and the two and the three and the four. Roll through. This is your adult wallaby. Five and the six and the seven and the eight. Forward and two and the three and the four. One grand plie into your second. Triple and two and the three and the four. Toddler. Two demi-pliés, a little bit higher. Reverse roll through, not quite to the full extent yet. Two and the three and the four. Full roll through, five and the six. This is your full wallaby, six and the seven and eight. To the bar, two and the three and the four. Grand plié, six and the seven and eight. Find your balance, and that is it. And this really is all about keeping your heels in right over your toes, between your big toe and your little toe as much as you can. Okay, and here we go. Super tiny, let your heels react to your toes pushing down evenly, that's it. Heels down. Two demis and just a tiny bit higher. And make sure your heels stay in line. There we go. Reverse roll through. There we go. Full roll through. Now the fullest extent of your arch. Quarter bra. And go into your second position. That was our two toddler wallabies, and good making up for it to the bar, and one and two. Grand plie. And find your balance right there. And relax when you're ready. I think you still could be a hint further away from the bar. If you have to bend your elbow when you take your port de bras, you know you're too close to the bar. Is that making sense? Now, if you can move your arm just as if it were in a second position by just sliding it forward without bending your elbow, you know that you're at the correct distance of the bar. Yes. Yes. So basically, your arm is in second position. Even so, you have, ideally three fingers resting on the bar. You want to feel it as a second position with your elbows up too, rather than having the knee to collapse in that elbow and bend it because you're so close. And now automatically, everything is going to be already slightly lopsided from the get-go. Yeah? Sequence is your triple. Tiny pliés, two demi-pliés, then two a little higher. Now you have your reverse wall through, then your full wall through, then your port de bras, and then your grand plié. Okay, here we go to the other side, and remember your fingertips love it when you keep looking at them. And here we go. Super tiny, but make sure your heels don't move, or if they do, just forward. And a two, please. Two relevés, just a tad higher. Now your reverse wall through, not quite to the full extent yet. And bend your knees, and heels down, and full wall through this time. Port de bras. And release into your grand plié. Super small. Two. Tiny, still, just a tad higher. Start with your relevé. Here we go. Bend your knees, heels down and forward. Full arch this time. And let's finish with two de bras and five. And relax and go. That's it, right? Good. Okay. Let's go half point heel down and a half point forward. Bring it back, half point forward, point your toes, close. One and the two and the three and the four, five and the six and the point and the close and the one and the two, three and the four, five and the six and the seven and the eight, tendu to the front and the plie, tendu to the side and the plie. The same idea, little toe back, heel forward, all of that stuff we know. One and the two, three and the four, five and the six, extend. One and the two, three and the four, five and the six, extend. One and the two and the three and the four, five and the six, and extend. One nicely articulated tendu to the back with demi-plié. Ditto to the side, then roll through in your first position, and that is it. Okay, here we go. And heel down. That's it. One. And here. And heel down. Heel up. Open it. Bring it back. And open. And point. And close. Slow tone. Push down into the floor. Can be even a little slower. Plie and side. And plie. One. Make sure your toes go back. Your heel comes forward. we go. To the other side. And that's it. And make sure you rotate it from your glutes as well. And stretch and close. That's all right. Slow tone, you push into the floor and plie. And the side. Heel and heel down. There we go. Now back. Make sure your chin is aligned with the floor. And relax when you're ready. That's it. Right. Okay. Yeah, make sure with these slow tendus, your heel stays on the floor a little longer, so you feel that flat portion before your half point, full point. Yeah, it's exactly that one. Right, you know that. Oh, real drag into the floor. Let's go L1 and a half and a half and a half through your flat and the close and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 through your flat 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, putting it all together, and the 7 and the 8, front to plie, back to plie, side to plie, just stretch. Side and a half and a half and a half. Feel your flat before you bring it in. Feel it again when you take it out and close. 1 and the 2, 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8, 1 and the 2, 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8, 1 back to plie, 1 front to plie, 1 side, close your fifth. This time let's roll through with our arms up. And that's it. Is that all making sense? Toes, flat out and close. So that opening is a little tiny bit faster, so you have time to close and start over. And if you're doing that twice, then 1 front plie, 1 inside back, 1 outside side.
But is it there 8?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Oh, sorry. Here we go. And here we go. Toes. Through your flat. Really push into the floor. Work with both legs. Open it and close. And 1 and 2. That's it. Good. Exactly. Now try to feel the same thing with your 8. Same thing, plie, 1. That's it, right. And just stretch your knees. Here we go, and 1. And the toes, side, 3, 4. Flat, goes in and out, and close, 1. your half points when you close. That's it. Yeah. And close fifth. Roll through super tight fifth. Low shoulders, high chin. Open your elbows, close your little fingers. And relax. Good. That's it. Right. Okay. Here we go. To the other side, please. And try to keep energy in your side arm and in both of them. Really think you're pushing your floor away. Supposed to be. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, to the back and 1. Let's be in fifth. There you go, perfect. That's it, right? Good. Yes. Yeah, that mistake you made, closing in first, and then you just slid it right into that fifth. That is the way you always want to close in fifth from first, from the side especially. Yeah. Let's go demi-plie to the front, rotate it twice, close fifth and fifth and fifth. And fifth, let's do 4. Plie and open, rotate it twice in your chest and in your glutes. 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8. 1 and the 2 and the rotate and the 4. Let's make a little example of that. And the first to your fifth and the tendu to your first to your fifth. Tendu to your first to your fifth. 2 more tendus to your fifth. Plie, open, rotate, rotate, close 4 times. Plie, open, rotate, rotate, close 4 times. Plie, open, rotate, rotate, first, fifth, open, first, fifth, open, first, fifth, 2 more to fifth. Plie. Let's stop right there and go to the left after. All right, and here we go. We're starting with a nice juicy plie, and 1 and 2. Rotate, rotate, close once, twice, thrice, and 1 more. Soft plie, 2, open, rotate, and 5. And a plie. First and fifth, and open first and fifth, and open first and fifth. Now 2 more, and 1, 2. Interesting version, and plie, open, back, rotate, and close. 2, and plie, and open. Plie and open, rotate, and first to fifth, and 1 more, and 1 more. Now 2 tones. was right. So you do that closing through first 3 times, Jane, before you have these last 2 tondus. Okay. And here we go. Feel the rotation in both legs, even when you're closing fifth. That's good. Release, please. Now tension. Account for itself. Feel your first, feel your fifth. No reason to go fast. And finish. Okay. Yeah, you could have given each 1 count. First, fifth, open, first, fifth. But that's a minor infraction. Then open and first and fifth, so they all get a count for themselves, which gets it all together to 9 or something like that. And then you have the last 2 tondus to make up for the rest. Okay, good. Let's do the floppy fish. At least that is what it is being dubbed by some people. Very disgracefully. And all it is from fifth, half point to full point. It's that. That is why it's called floppy fish. And of course it's designed to make you feel how your toes bounce off the floor just by virtue of stretching them from half point to full point. And we're going 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, hold and the 6 and the 2 dégagés, 1 and the flap and flap and flap, hold and the 2 and the 2 dégagés, flap and the flap and the flap and the flap, hold and the 2 and the 2 dégagés, 2 to the front, 2 to the side, 2 to the back, 1 more to the side. Flap and flap, of course I don't mean that literally, hold and the close and the 2 dégagés. Just touch down, let these toes fly off, then feel the same thing when you do your 2 dégagés. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, hold and the 6 and the 7 and 8, 2 inside back, 2 outside side, 2 inside front, 1 more to the side. And we'll stop right there. So feel pushing down in order for your toes to fly off the ground. That is basically already preparation for petit allegro. Yeah, okay. And here we go. And stay close. You can be much more aggressive pushing down. More. Really feel it like a tap, make a noise. That's better. 2. Here we go from the back. Really aggressively tap down. Really make it. There we go. And close. 1, 2. That's more like it. Close. And tap. 2. 2. That's it. Side. And front. And relax. Yeah, all of them change. Yeah, when after you're tapping, you hold close fifth front. Now you have 2 more dégagés that gets you back to fifth front. Now you can start inside back. Then in the reverse. When you come from the front, your first dégagé will close fifth position back, since we came from the front with our floppy fish.
Oh, and then it's inside front for two.
Yes, and outside side and inside front, and one more outside side,
Okay.
inside back door. You can flop a little harder. Yeah, don't be too nice to yourself. Really let it, bam, really let it go down there. Okay, here we go. And now better. Really push down. Same thing doing your dégagés. Just push down. Let these toes do all the work. That's it. Into fifth. That's it. One more and flop. That's right. And two. That was much better. Right. Okay.
That just, I don't know, that feels weird.
It does feel weird because you actually have to relax your foot a little tiny bit to get that real spring. But that is the way you really want to feel dégagés.
That's what?
That is really the way you want to feel dégagés. Doom. Yeah, it pushes down to come right up. We are still working on these feet for everybody who didn't hear our conversation before we started.
The lifelong journey.
A lifelong journey, that's absolutely right. The nice thing about it is there is no destination. It's an eternal journey.
It is.
Let's go pique, 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 pique. Same idea, however, without the flopping this time. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and 8. Let me think. 6 and the 7 and 8. Again and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and 8. Third time and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and 8. Close front, passe and flat. Demi-plie close behind. Pique and 2 and the 3 and the 4, close first and 2 and 3 and 4, pique 2 and 3 and 4, first and 2 and 3 and 4, pique 2 and 3 and 4, first and 2 and 3, close fifth back, passe relevé. Fifth soutenu. Other side. Are we good? Okay, and here we go. And over. Just push down, let it bounce. And bounce. Let's not forget that quarter bar. And 1, 2. And with your arm, 2, 3, 4, 1. Passe flat. We open 2 knees, 2 shoulders. And close our accent down and in. And down. Open your elbows. Close your little fingers. Strong elbow on your standing side. Yes, almost. And finish. Yeah, remember not to let the tension go from your foot pressing into your standing leg when you let go of the bar. Keep it pressing right in there. I think you're still too nice to yourself when it comes to these piqués. You're lifting your leg, and I would like you not to. I would like you not to lift your leg, because the leg should lift itself as a rebound. Right, so much harder accent down and really push down so it really bounces off. Okay. Here we go. Left side, please. And down. Little better, and one. Here we go, wow. That's about it. Squeeze these toes against your standing leg. And relax. We'll address that right now. What do you say? What can I say? Half point and in and out and coupe and in and out and passé and in and out and rise and 3 and 4. 2 temps liés. Ronce and 2 and 3 and 4. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Forward and 2 and 3 and 4. One more passé. 2 close back. Half and in and out and the heel and your ankle and 6 and passé and 8. 1 open like a good book or like spread like a good cookie. Where am I? 2 temps liés, 6 and 7 and 8. 8 ronds de jambes in the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and 8. Just back. 1 more plié, passé up. Give yourself direction sideways or forward or backward. Which way ever you want to go, as long as you go there. Into your stretch. Okay, and here we go. And half point, really dig into the floor. Feel your little toes on your ankle. Sideways, your little fingers are closed. And your 2 temps liés. Rond de jambes and down. Try to feel that rond as we work in our tendus. So you feel the impetus of your toes stretching, taking the next one. Follow your fingertips, low shoulders. Close your fifth, plié, passé, no compromise. Already add your standing side to it. And 1/2, turn that in. Down in your toes, and up in your knee, and down in your hips, and up in your chest, and down in your shoulders. That was better. Here we go on the door, and 1. Relax Yeah, make sure already when you have your passe unflat, it already wants to feel like a balance going where it is going next. Yeah, it's not something different just because you're starting to press through your foot into your releve in the first slow one. When we take the fast one, I literally would go passe 1, let go, and 2. I know it's very scary. But if you add your standing side immediately to the equation, you have less time to push yourself too far over there. And now we have to struggle. So courage.
Yeah.
You always can start over.
If I plotted it on a graph, the longer I don't let go, the more I wobble.
Oh, absolutely. And you're one of many millions, so you don't even have to feel lonely about it. It's a common mistake people make. And it already starts as soon as you get into your balance, there shouldn't be any weight on your fingertips any longer. On the bar.
Yeah.
Because that is already an indication you're too far over on one side. It's like letting go during your allongé before we turn or stuff like that when we go faster. So that's good to keep in mind for the other side. All right, here we go. Left side, please. And your structure is already right there. All you have to do is extend it by pushing down and up at the same time. Nothing wrong with taking a breather right there. And nice and tall and 2. Fingertips love it when you look at them. Let's go one slow, a little quicker, coupé to your tendu. One slow and two, a little quicker, plié, coupé, tendu. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, coupé, tendu, tendu, to the bar. 5 and 6, soutenu, other side, and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, coupé, tendu. Back and the 2 and the 2 to the plié, coupé, tendu. Side and the 2 and the 3 and the plié, coupé, tendu. Tendu back to the bar and the 3 and the 4, soutenu, other side, done. So one holds for 2, then you have 2 1 counters. Last one goes into plié, straight away into your coupé and push yourself forward or backward or sideways.
Is it in plié?
Correct, and then just close. And soutenu to the other side, I believe. Okay, so it's a half C. Okay, kick up the dust with these strike frappes, so you don't have to lift your toes again. They do that by themselves. Here we go. And make sure you strike your frappes. Yeah, we're searching for rebound instead of just opening and closing our feet.
So I think I am until I watch myself.
Right, because there is hardly any contact with the floor. You may be able to feel it, but it's very tiny. And the idea is to strike toward your standing leg heel instead of striking out. I think that's really what it is. So you're basically brushing into a dégagé from a half point if you would break it down slowly. How about doing that one more time? Let's have our port de bras away from the bar this time. Just so we stay complete. Okay, yeah, really try to feel digging the ball of your foot right next to your heel in your standing side before you strike out. So it's going really down instead of only out. Okay, here we go. You can be a little quicker into your coupé and a little bit more courageous into your fall. Here we go. Could you feel that strike just a tad more?
A little bit. I was just trying to keep it closer to my...
Yes, correct. It's literally like if you wanted to step onto your own toes. That's kind of...
Yeah.
Let's go fondue to the front and fall forward, step back, développé to the front, fondue to the back, tombé back and step forward, développé to arabesque, fondue to the side and the tombé step side, développé arabesque. Coupé attitude and feel it for a second. Stretch, tombé forward, step back. close. Let's reverse it, why not? Fondue to the back, feel your balance for a second. Tombe back, step forward so you don't have to migrate too much. Develop your arabesque, same thing inside front. Tombe onto it, step back. Effacé front, really feel that nice little cambre action. Fondue to the side, tombe away, step. Develop your à la seconde. Coupe attitude, just 45 degrees. Stretch to tombe onto it again. Step forward and close fifth. And that's it. Okay, and here we go, always being super aware of your standing side being part of the party, even your standing arm, even so it doesn't go very far. And that's it, and develop A5. Good, and one. And one. That's nice long attitude. Make sure you don't go sideways. Forward, tombe, step back, and one. Fondue. Feel your heel forward, little toes back, and then develop it. Represent your heel. There we go. And coupe. Attitude. Make sure your bottom heel is forward. That's right. And close. Yeah, let's not forget that little stretch, tombe back. Business, right. Yes, correct. So it's actually much less of a balance than you think. It is a balance, but it changes from attitude to arabesque to tombe onto it. Okay. Just careful, a little bit more of a dip there in your fondue so both knees truly stretch at the same time. Okay. And still a little bit more. So during your plie, you already need to open your front foot. During your plie. There, now they can stretch at the same time. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Left side, please. One and two and three and four. All right. Also, while we stopped, let's French it just a little tiny bit. Right when you open your foot to attitude plie, start already slowly lifting your heel so it anticipates like a roll through. Not quite as severe to get onto your relevé. So your heel already goes right.
Is that how the French do all their fondues, you mean?
At least the way I experienced it, everything is a roll through, reverse or
Oh,
not. So it's always it's a constant delay between heel and toes, and that makes it also very soft,
yeah.
and also encourages that toe isolation that we need so desperately for jumps and things like that.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's also probably the basis for that misunderstanding in Balanchine ballets that people don't put their heels down when they're jumping, which is wrong. They just delay them.
Oh,
Hmm.
huh.
Right. But sometimes the choreography is so quick that it literally looks like they're jumping on point.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
here we go. And forward. Make sure your hips and shoulders face forward. There we go. Tombe, step, and finish. Aha. Yes, much better. Yeah, careful to feel a nice long arch, especially when you go à la seconde. Instead of, it's just tension. Yeah, it's too tense right there because you're trying to achieve maximum height, and you're basically shortening your tendon by keeping this part of your foot super tense instead of extending it into your developing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't know that though, that I did that because I think it looks not very good.
That
I
is the reason why, because you're basically shortening your foot. Because your knee gets ahead of it and now the whole thing ripples.
Huh, okay.
Let's do something for that in our combat mouse. What do you say? Let's go flex and the two, half point and the two. So when I say half point, it's almost like the floppy fish. Half point and the two, full point and two, and plié, flex and the two, and the half point and two, full point and two, and plié. Flex and the two, and the half point and two, and the full point and two. One more full point. Let's have a zoccolo pour de bras 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 soutenu. Flex, half point, full point. And try to feel that nice stretch on the inside of your legs with all three of them, and just add one part of your foot with each. Okay. Flex half full, front back side, circular port de bras soutenu to the other side. And here we go. That's right, plié. Oh. Full point. Now careful to the side. Yes, much nicer. Aha. Circle. And now. Circle. Circular port de bras. And soutenu and finish. All right. Let's have a nice stretch. What do you say before we come to the side? Did it feel a little different there to the side?
Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, the floppy one feels weird.
Yes, of course. That's meant
But
to.
then you can see the difference.
Right, because there you have your full arch, but your toes are not engaged yet. And now your toes can be added.
Yeah.
Of course, it's weird. It's me. Let's have a nice stretch before we come to the center. Hi.
Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so with my feet, should I be feeling like stretching here? Like when I'm and
Yes.
my toes
Yes, and
both?
ideally when your foot is all the way stretched through like in a tendu, you want to feel it in your calf. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So your calf wants to fully engage to the point of a cramp almost. Then you know that your foot is all the way through. And guess what? I have just the right combination for you. What can I say? Let's go flex and 2.5 point and full point, vertebra forward, 7 and 8 brush flex. 2, feel your half point, your full point all the way until your calf is almost killing you. Back, 2, 3 and 4. Let's keep this at an equity angle, flex and half and full. Vertebra, let's go to the leg, 6 and 7 and 8. The other leg developing this time and 4. Flex, half, full, close. We are on the other side. Flex and 2.5 point and full point, vertebra forward. Back and 2 and 3 and 4. Up and over back. Equity, 2 and 3 and 4. All the way toward your leg, close fifth. En face, développé with the other leg from fifth back. One more flex, half point, full point, so you can feel the difference between one and the other. And that's it. Oh, we got to give this a mark. Okay. And finish. And yes, you might just feel your thighs a little tiny bit in this one. Yes, Millie. That's right. That's exactly right. There we go. Uh-oh. Is there somebody with treats somewhere? Okay. Here we go. Make sure you work with both arms and both legs. It's fairly slow. Flex. Feel that long knee on the inside. You can go even a little bit higher and forward. And one flex. on your equity front. Flex. Keep your heel forward, your knee back. Toes. And close en face, develop. Feel your standing side nice and long. Careful there. Flex point. Let's not miss that flex point and that develop and the two. And forward. There we are back. And brush. Flex back. And develop him. In front of your hip, knee back, heel forward, and close. And relax for a second. I believe you are on mute.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
Was in flex?
Develop a point, then there's an additional flex point in the very end. Make sure it stays in front of your hip. Make sure you always open your heel in front of your knee and your knee in front of your hip. Is that making sense? Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it's going to go far behind you and then you compromise your flexibility. Now, why are we knocking ourselves over by lifting that leg? Yeah, there's always that little tiny ripple. Mm-hmm. And if we remember what we did about 45 minutes ago, that might actually help you to set yourself up where you need to go, instead of slightly going this way, and now you have to correct. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
And ditto when you take your developé, make sure it starts with a squeeze. Your weight is still on both legs. Are you up to doing this one more time? And hating me very much tomorrow morning. Okay. Yeah, let's start it on the other side since you're already there. Okay. And push down. Aha. And forward. Ditto to the back. Really push down into the floor first, so you can stay on your axis. There we go. And one. Your écarté, same thing. Strong standing side. Develop a squeeze. In front of your hip, in front of your knee. There we go. Flex point. And one. Push down in your standing leg. Long waist. Aha. Feel that arm on the side getting longer and longer and longer, and forward. Close left front. In front of your knee, in front of your hip. Flex point, keep holding onto it, work with your arms, 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 and finish, and relax. Yes, an extra slice of cheesecake for you. Let's go 1 and the 2 and the 3, 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7. Close your fifth front. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6. Turn the heel back and the close. 1 and the 2. Hold on 1 second. That was Amazon, by the way. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the plie and coupe and tenlier, close. Forward and back and the forward and plie and coupe and back and the front and the close. You're on the other side. 1 and the 2 and the 3 plie second. Left, tenlier, close fifth front. 1 and the 2 and the 3 you plie, hold on. I'm not quite doing that right. We are going that way, back and the forward and close. I got dyslexic on you. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the plie, coupe turn under or tenlier sideways, close fifth. Forward and back and the forward and plie, we are going to the other side. No, we are not. I'm messing it up. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and 8. Forward and back and the forward and plie, 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the plie, under or tenlier, close back. Forward and back and the forward and plie to the left, tenlier back and the forward and close. And they're all in coupes, there are no preparations, just nice little arms in first. So it's a whole bunch of tenliers with a little tiny twirl somewhere hidden in the middle. Are we good to give this a mark? Okay. Close behind, so you can keep going toward the same side with your second turn. Okay. So just a nice little rocking of the baby kind of combination. Try to feel your axis between your legs with each plie. And push yourself off your toes, these strong toes we just developed, into your turn and out of your turn. Here we go. Right, nice strong elbows in your first when you close them. Yes, 1, 2, that's it. Yeah, careful, if you lift your knee first, that's where you push yourself over, like in that last turn. When you lift your knee first instead of squeezing your toes into your coupe, that's where you push yourself over. One could almost call it the Greg Norvell syndrome, in case he is watching. So really make sure it's toes to coupe instead of knee first and toes second. And that only happened the very last time. So we are actually in a good shape. But we definitely could repeat it with 1.5 Cs, don't you think? So just change your spot, do nothing different. There, side and side. Close. Then you're going forward and back. And with your next turn, you're coming back to the front. Plie fourth. Tendre back and forward and close. You're ready for the other side. All right, here we go. Yeah, just feel your toes and your heels, nothing more. Remember these slight delays and anticipations in your heels. And one. That was better. And one. Confidently, remember your knees already there. Aha. Right. I think we should do that one more time, because actually it got better and better there once you got over the initial shock. Yeah, remember your knees already there in your plie. All you have to do is bring these toes in really quickly with your spot change, closing arm, and you're already where you need to be. Okay, here we go. One more time. Just a little quicker into your releve. Careful not to drop your elbows when you close your first. Right. And relax. Almost. As promised, one plie and stretch and close, one plie and stretch and close, one plie and toes and toes and toes and heels and tendu second. I could have gone with my correct leg to the tendu. Releve, plie, stretch and close, releve, plie, stretch and close, releve, plie, toes and toes, toes and heel, stretch and close. We are ready for the other side. Releve, plie, stretch and heel, releve, plie, stretch and heel. Releve, plie, toes 3 times, heels down, stretch, tendu to your second. Stretch and close, up and plie, stretch and close, up and plie, toes 3 times. 2 and 3, plie, heels. So it's like a reverse roll through after your third jump. There, tendu. Ready for the other side. And make sure your second is not too wide. Heels right under hips or one shoe size. Are we good to give this a mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try and see.
Okay. You're right. 2, jump. Let's see if I can figure it out. 1, 2, 3, heels.
theory,
Yes.
jumps, they're just like an isotate. You're extending your knee.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's a regular jump. The only difference is we're landing in half point. Also known as the ball of your foot. So just tiny, tiny, just push your toes right into the floor. Yeah. Yep. Same thing. 1, 2, keep pushing toes into the floor. 3, 4, 5, heels tendu. That's it. And you're in your second. And if you can get this high off the ground without your heels, then it would be this high off the ground, at least with your heels later on. In theory.
Theory.
IT. Here we go. And toes, 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 toes. All right, all right, all right. Not a bad first try. But let's remember releve means pushing your toes into the floor. Instead of lifting your heels and your hips up. That is where you started losing the ground a little bit. You know what I mean?
Say that again.
You want to treat your releves like we treated them in our plie combination in the very beginning of class. Push your toes into the floor instead of lifting your heels. And sometimes even your hips into it. And that is where you lose the grounding, and that is where things get somewhat unstable. Is that making sense?
Yes. Here.
Oh, well, duh. Guess why I call it job security. So make sure when your toes push down, your hips and your shoulders need to push down at the same time. Okay. Would you like to have this one more time? I gather we do. Okay. Here we go. And then there are only 3 jumps on half point.
Okay.
To make it work in the music. Okay. You're prolonging your agony there. All right. And make sure you keep pushing down in your hips and shoulders. There we go. Careful, both feet even. And relax. That's a good one for you to practice, by the way.
I know. I was just thinking I should do that every day.
And that is ankles and that is toes. And that is basically also to put the basis for point work.
The basis for what?
For point work.
Oh, yeah.
It basically encompasses a lot of little things in there.
Okay. Put it on my list.
That's right. Let's go from fifth. We're going 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4. 5 and the 6 on the down. Close your fifth. And I again started with my wrong foot. What can I say? 1 Sorry, plie, plie, plie to your second. Plie, 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 close your fifth. In fifth, land and half point, delay your heels twice. Land and half point, delay your heels. Whoops, not like me. Tendu, plie on the down close front. So we're kind of doing the reverse from what we just did.
That's in fifth.
Yes, correct.
Delayed.
Yes, correct. So now we are jumping from a full plie with our heels, but we're landing on half point to delay our heels and push them back down into the floor.
We're landing on half and rolling through. Is that what
Yes,
you're
correct.
saying?
But just for the 2 and fifth before your underdone turn.
And it doesn't change.
It does not know. Correct. So these are just 2 30s and fifth. They're not changements. Are we good to give this a mark? And let's remember, what makes you go up is the conflict between everything pushing down and the resistance from the floor that is responsible for the jump. That making sense? As we just had in these relevés, hips down, shoulders down, toes down, and let the floor, right. If there is not that conflict, it's almost like you're putting a magnet, the right side up, and no, it goes like this. If you turn the magnet around, it doesn't, because there is that conflict with the polarity, and that is in a way the same way we work when it comes to jumping. Are you good to mark this?
Yes.
Okay. Good, that's work. Okay. And here we go. Yes. And relax for a sec. Partially, yes.
I feel like I don't know.
Now make sure you just push down, not out. Yeah, if you just push down in your toes, your legs most likely will open unless you prevent them from it. And most likely they will open pretty much to below your hips. So you don't even have to worry about that second position too much. Just release your legs from your plie. Is that making sense? Then while you have 4 counts for these 2 30s and fifth, try not to stop in between. So it's one continuous action, even so it is slow. All right, let's have this one more time. What do you say? And here we go. Uh-huh. Okay. All right.
I think
Yeah.
that one's good too.
Anything that separates the action of the heels from the action of the toes. That is the wisdom of the roll through. One of the greatest contributions the French ever gave to ballet, beside Brie and other things.
Pretty good one.
Yes. So yeah, it's that delay. Yeah, toes, heel, toes, instead of everything at the same time. That really, and that also strengthens your ankles and your feet. because now you actually separate them. And that's the same as a roll through in your toes when we do these first articulation combinations. And if you take these tendus very seriously, it's always coming back to the same thing. That's the good news about it. Once we
But
fix
it's
this,
kind of what I feel like it's easy to overlook
oh,
as a
yes,
newcomer.
absolutely. Most of the time, the essential things are easy to overlook because they're so essential.
Yeah.
And they're often very invisible because, if you do the same thing at a regular speed, you can't really tell the difference
Hmm.
between one and the other because it goes extremely fast. Yeah, once you're getting into the wheel pitty allegro mode, like not seeing
Yeah.
how balancing dancers put their heels actually down when it gets
Yeah.
rapid. But that's really the secret, I think.
Hmm.
And anybody else can disagree with me as much as they like. Have a
Alrighty.
wonderful rest of your day, and
Thank
I will
you
be
so
seeing you
much. See
tomorrow.
you tomorrow.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.